it seems kind of strange to do it this way, but without literally basically going through our script front to back and explaining everything about it, it's sort of hard to actually say, like, this is what the film is about. Most interviews with writers, directors, they have a very concise way of saying, like, this little paragraph about, like, oh, this is what the story's about, this is how it goes. So instead of doing that, I thought I'd at least tell you a bit about why we're making the film and how it comes together. And essentially, the short film is sort of a strange idea to me, only because I do think in terms of novels. That's really where my heart is. And to me, a great story is what makes anything worthwhile. Personally, I don't really get that into, you know, special effects just for the sake of it. I really don't enjoy watching gore just for the sake of it. And without characters that I really believe in, it's hard for me to get into anything, whether it is a novel or a film or whatever. So our goal was to actually take the length of time allotted in a short and make something as substantial as possible. And I thought the best way to do that would be to have these very tidy little packages. And the film's called Sequence because it's about a sequence of events, which I suppose the title does suggest. But the character that the story faces or is built around is a very well adapted guy, gets along great in society, very good looking, good job, grew up in a good family, all that kind of stuff, which sounds cliched enough to begin with, but it gets pretty personal. I mean, he's very introspective though, and he notices just about everything, and has sort of developed this resentment to people that don't appreciate the idiosyncratic elements of life that tend to bring everything together. I wrote some of these characters based on people that I've actually grown up with. Of course, not to the extent that the film takes it to, but the cast of this film, the odds of me bringing these people together is kind of ridiculous. The chemistry that we're going to have is, I think, very unique, especially in the genre. Horror tends to be, I think, a style of film that isn't really given a proper go. I mean, it's usually more about, especially in earlier horror films, it's just about shock value. It's just about, oh, we're going to show you stuff. But this is a story that I personally believe in, and basically every film that we're looking to make is about presenting a very good story. But in addition to that very good story, we have been fortunate enough to meet some excellent people, especially our special effects makeup girl is ridiculously talented, and the kinds of shots that we're building as far as cinematography goes, I think, are very unique in the genre, and we're really wanting the opportunity to present a film that I wish was out, and really the reason I started writing these kinds of films in the first place was when I'm lurking through Netflix or trying to find new films or whatever, it's really easy to get burnt out. I mean, there's very low budget horror films that are admittedly sometimes painful to get through, and then there's very high budget horror films that are sort of the same old story over and over and over again. So we're basically wanting the opportunity to kind of do something new, breathe some new life back into the genre, and make films that are very good films, period. I mean regardless of being horror or, you know, any genre, there's stories that deserve to be told. Any contribution at all that you could give, we would be so appreciative for. And again, if you've watched this, I can't thank you enough for even giving me the time. So really wish all you the best, and thanks so much.